Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk a bit about how to use the continue statement in Java programming. The continue statement is used within the loops to skip to the next iteration of the loop without breaking out of it altogether. And there's two different types of continue statements, both the labeled and the unlabeled. I'll show you a little demonstration of an unlabeled continue statement. Okay, now here's a basic for loop with an unlabeled continue statement. When this code runs, the for loop will continue to iterate and print out the value that x holds with this print line statement here. And once x has reached the value of 5, the if statement, if x is equal to 5, will return true. And the continue statement right here will be executed. And when this happens, the rest of the code within the for loop is skipped for that particular iteration, which leads to for loop iteration 5 not being printed out. And I'll go ahead and show you that right here. Alright, let me show you the console. And as you can see here, it goes from 4 to 6, and it skips iteration 5 altogether because it hits this continue statement and doesn't get to print out for loop iteration 5. So that's how the unlabeled continue statement works. Next, I will show you how to use the labeled continue statement. I'll show you a quick example of it. Okay, now here is a basic set of for loops with a labeled continue statement. Labeled continue statements work somewhat similar to labeled break statements. I've given the outer loop a label called coolabel, as you can see here. And you can use any name you want for a label, but I'll go ahead and show you how it works. When this code runs, both the outer and inner loop will execute normally and print in the console which iteration each of the loops is on with both of these print line statements right here. However, once j is equal to 3 and it hits the if statement here, if j is equal to 3, it will continue on the labeled outer loop instead of the inner loop because of this continue cool label here. So this causes the code to start executing on the outer loop again. Essentially, you'll see each outer loop iteration value with only 3 of the inner loop values, and you'll see that in the console. It'll skip printing out both 3 and 4 for variable j. Now here's how it looks. Go ahead and run this. See, the outer loop iteration is 0 at the very beginning, and it goes 0, 1, 2 for the inner loop iteration, and then it hits that continue statement once j is 3, and continues on the outer loop, and now the outer loop iteration is 1, and then so on and so forth. Now, if I were to remove the label and change it to a regular continue, since it would only be skipping an iteration on the inner loop instead of the outer, it will skip 3 but print out 4. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that to you real quick. Starting at outer loop iteration 0, 0, 1, 2, and then it hits 4. So the continue is working as an unlabeled continue statement normally would now. And it just skips the iteration for when j is equal to 3, but it still goes on to 4. So I hope you learned a little bit about how to use continue statements in Java programming. Thank you.